there's an injustice against you or someone you love or someone you believe in, stand up. Don't sit down on them, you know, if they need you.
Welcome. I did an Elaine moment again. What can I say? It's a thing now on this channel. Hey up, everyone. How you all doing? Welcome to Pop Culture Justice Live here on Popcorn Planet, where Steph the Alternate does not know how to use a mute button properly. Yes! And here we are again with my PRC. It's Kim, who hopefully knows how to use the mute button properly.
Hopefully. I would be lying if I said that's never happened to me before.
You guys may call me Elaine. Oh my goodness. Well, with that being said, guys, make sure on your way in you like this video, subscribe to Popcorn Planet, turn the notification bell to on, and comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's with this stream's main topic. Yes, which is... Yes, Johnny Depp says he felt exposed during the Cannes Film Festival appearance. He also, in this video that we're going to be watching, you guys, talks about a very, let's say, disturbing period in his life, as he calls it, the, quote, horrible period. I wonder who or what he's referencing there, you guys. Well, let's go with this. So, he did reflect on his very turbulent last few years in a newly released video from Cannes, which we will be watching shortly. We all know Jeanne du Barry opened the Cannes Film Festival and made its world debut, what? Over a month ago now? Damn, doesn't time fly when you're having fun, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's essentially his first lead role since winning the trial against Amber the Turd last year. Now, a couple of days ago, actually no, yesterday, 14th of June, I can't even count, guys. I can't use the mute button properly and I can't count. Brilliant, right? So yesterday, 14th of June, photographer Greg Williams shared a video of Depp getting ready for Cannes on his Instagram account. We'll be watching that shortly. Depp says, though, walking up the steps at the thing, I've done it a few times with different films over many years. He says it's always it's quite beautiful when you're at the receiving end. You just feel like initially you feel effing exposed. Now, asked by Williams how it felt to be back at the festival promoting the movie, Johnny Depp replies that a friend had texted him saying it was his comeback film or something. Now, we reported on this when it was happening, which was the whole press conference of Jeanne du Barry the day after it premiered. And someone asked a similar question. How does it feel now that you're back, your comeback? And the way that Johnny Depp answered during that press conference is pretty much the same as how he answers it now in this particular video. So he says, I mean, you call it whatever you want. You could make it whatever you want. But come back? I mean, you have to go away to come back. I didn't go nowhere. Maybe I was not thought of or looked at or allowed to be looked at. Now, asked if he felt any satisfaction towards his return to Cannes, Depp smiling admitted, this, yes, there is. Because after years of people not wanting to know because they drank from the Amber Turd Kool-Aid, which, I mean, guys, there's turd in the name. That ain't going to be really nice, is it? It must be great for Johnny Depp to be able to, go out on a premiere, have his film be shown right at the beginning of the Cannes Film Festival. That kind of acceptance is probably a nice feeling, you would think. But he says, because, at the top of this horrible period, at the beginning of it, it was, again, it's like kind of what I was saying before. People can hit the bottom many times. Facts. He says you can drop straight to the bottom a billion effing times, but if you're lucky enough to find the basement, you're all right,
I love that. I love
Right.
that so much. It's so true. It's very much like the, Andy's whole thing, get back up.
Always get back up.
As long as you can get back up, you're not done. Get back up.
Absolutely. And just before we lose them, because I don't have full access to his Andy's historical like super chat messages and whatnot, I've got to try and catch them as they come in. So keep the support coming whilst Andy's not here. Jean Rick's been a member for 21 months. Thank you so much for your continued support for Andy, saying, "Oh snap, mile 21. Would not want to go through this with anyone else." Oh, thank you, Jean. You're 3 months away from 2 years, lass. That number one will turn to number two shortly. Mark me words. And still a window. Thank you so much for your continued support for Andy for the year, for 12 months. Saying happy honeymoon, Andy. Hi all. Yes, he is definitely having a wonderful honeymoon at the moment. There was a member-only video that was actually released today, giving you a little bit behind the scenes of what's going on his holiday at the moment, where he is, the views, everything. So if you don't want to miss out on that, then make sure you join today. Become a Popcorn Planeteer for as little as $5.99 a month, and you get exclusive content just like that with what's being released today. And Jean Rick, the ginger doggy with the farting hearts. Yes, ginger doggy farting hearts moment. Jean Rick knows where it's at. Anyone else gonna find my favourite super chat sticker in the whole wide world? The ginger doggy farting hearts. You find it, I go like this, because he's so damn fun. So that's that. And then we've got Vivi, aka V-Bars, who's been a member for 10 months. Thank you so much for your continued support for Andy, saying JD deserves happiness and is trying so hard to move on from this and live his life in the positive. I wish you could tell Prince Harry to do the same. Yup. Yup. Now, let's go on to this video. So, I'm gonna just tee it up. Now, this is from Greg Williams Photography. So, we're gonna watch this straight from the man himself, Johnny Depp. Let's have a gander. Let's have a gander.
Look at him.
My friend.
My Viking boyfriend.
Ready?
Hello, darling.
When we last two with a film.
It was Pirates 4.
Pirates 4.
Look in the mirror.
It was Pirates 4.
That's great.
Oh, Christ.
Does it feel
Way
good
back.
to be back, mate? To be opening Cannes.
That was a real
I got the big bag.
surprise.
How long did you know Marlon for?
Let's see. I met him. It was roughly, basically 10 years before he passed on to the next
The other place.
situation. John, that's not normal. There's something wrong with you, John. John, stop it. That's not normal.
And he became one of your very dearest, right?
So we spent a little time together. Got to know one another. And you know, as is, I mean, there's an irreverence that I cannot. If something springs into my skull, it takes everything in the world to hold it in.
And that's from him.
No, that's just what we did to each other constantly. That's what
I love that.
we tortured each other. Just tortured each other, man. Constantly. With a lot of practical jokes. But he had practical jokes that lasted for he would set the up for months. Months. And then follow through with the. And he'd just absolutely give over. He would. He would. Did you know that the average sea turtle will consume the smallest amount of brine? Walking up the steps of the thing, you know. Done it a few times, different films over many years. It's just always kind of, it's quite beautiful. When you're at the receiving end, you just feel like, initially you feel just exposed.
But how does it feel now, having faced
I mean, the thing
not
is,
knowing what was going to happen, you know, to be back in this way, promoting a film publicly and opening.
well, for me, I mean, you know, I mean, it's like somebody sent me a thing that said that this was my comeback film or something. And I mean, you can call it whatever you want. You can make it whatever you want, but I mean, comeback, usually, I mean, you have to go away to come back.
I love it.
I didn't go nowhere. Maybe I was not. Maybe I was not thought of or looked at or allowed to be looked at. Here's the dumbest question in the world: was it necessary? No. Any of it? No. Certainly not. Does that make a difference? No. Certainly not. It was lived. There were a lot of things going on, but man, you know, running between all of those raindrops, you learn so much, and so much to the degree where even the idea of bitter, you know, any bitterness or hatred or anything, why hate, man? You know, it's an expensive emotion. Hating requires a lot of caring. I'd rather not.
Is there some satisfaction in it though?
This, you know, yes, yeah, there is, because you know, at the top of this horrible period, you know, at the beginning of it, it was, you know, again, it's kind of like what I was saying before, you know, people can hit the bottom many times, you know, you can drop straight to the bottom a billion times, but if you're lucky enough to find the basement, you're all right, you know.
Okay then, guys. Right. So that was Johnny Depp. In his own words, go on over to @Hollywood Authentic on Instagram. The link will be in the bio. You can actually see the full film because that was actually a teaser trailer for it all, really, in the grand scheme of things. But Kim, your thoughts on all of that?
I mean, I think it embodies so much of what we've seen from Johnny over the last number of months, that he doesn't want to focus on the negative. He doesn't want to continue to just be in this like hateful game. And like you said, like hate is an expensive emotion. He'd rather just not care. And I think sometimes that's a healthier way of doing things, just letting it go, focusing on the good, getting back up and moving forward. And I think that speaks volumes. And it's good to see him laughing. It's good to see him talk about it and not be like really upset or anything like that. So I'm very happy for him. And as always, his way of talking always just makes me laugh. I love the way he speaks. I love the way he speaks. I know he does speak slowly, but it's like when you get to the end, it's always like worth. You know what I mean, Steph?
Kind of like you're willing him on a little bit. I mean, I remember the trial when he was on the stand. It was like willing him on to be like, And come on, you can get there, mate. But that's how he is. He's very considered. Thinks about every word that pretty much comes out of his gob. That's
but it's
it.
like you'd think it was gonna. There were points where I always thought it would be like something very intellectual, that he was putting together the right words, and that it would be stuff like a human grumpy would come out of his
mouth.
Megapint.
When
Ben
Rottenbaum was like, yeah, you poured a mega pint of wine, and he's like, a mega pint? Like, only Amber the Turd's side could get Johnny Depp to say out of his gob, mega pint. You can't make this shit up. What can I say, guys? What can I say?
No.
Now, speaking of Amber the Turd, so we reported earlier on this week that in Italy, Sicily in particular, there is the Taormina Film Festival. Jeanne du Barry will be making its Italian debut at that festival. However, Amber the Turd has a new film as well. No, it's not Aquaman 2. It's In the Fire, and that is also going to be making its debut at the same film festival. Now, we reported on all those details earlier on this week, so go into our library. You'll easily be able to see that, find that video, have a watch. However, there is an update to it that, of course, Amber the Turd is going to make her first major appearance at this film festival in Italy. Now, all I'm going to say is this, first and foremost. Cannes Film Festival, Taormina Film Festival. They don't really compare that much. Let's put it that way. Cannes blows Taormina Festival out of the water. The only reason I know that there's a film festival in Taormina is because of this story with Amber the Turd. Otherwise, wouldn't have known. However, you know, historically, it has actually debuted cult films like The Godfather. I didn't know that. So it used to be quite a thing back in the day. Not so much now. And they're obviously desperate because they're involving Amber the Turd in all of this. She is returning to the red carpet. She's expected to appear at the 69th Taormina Film Festival in Sicily on June the 24th for the world premiere of a new movie, In the Fire. I don't think Johnny's going to be around for Jeanne du Barry premiering in Italy, that's for sure. The premiere will mark the Turd's first appearance promoting a movie since the end of the trial. She's expected to be in attendance in Sicily for In the Fire's premiere, along with its director, Connor Allen, and a co-star, Eduardo Norigo. And so, essentially, this movie is all about a widowed American psychiatrist who arrives in a rich farm in Colombia after being called to solve the case of a disturbed child whose mother is concerned by a local priest's accusation that the child is possessed by the devil. And that when the doctor arrives, she discovers that the boy's mother is unalived and that the father himself has begun to believe in the possible possession of the child. Guess who Amber the Turd is playing? She's playing a freaking psychiatrist. Emulating Dr. Curry much? Just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend.
Maybe they had muffins on set.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they did. Yeah. It's instead of a safe word being couch, you might have changed now to muffins. You never know. You never know. Now you wish that my mic was muted, right? Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah, it's on. But with that being said, I am going to cut it here for YouTube, for those that are watching on the replay, if you haven't already, and for those that are watching live as well whilst we're at it, do make sure you subscribe to this channel, turn the notification bell to all, like this video, and comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever. What do you think to what Johnny Depp said in that trailer? Also as well, become a Popcorn Planeteer today for as little as $5.99 a month and get exclusive content from the man himself, Andy Signore. Today, he did actually upload a video, a little bit behind the scenes of his holiday, showing you the views, a little bit of a special message for the members only. So if you don't want to miss out on that, join today. $5.99 a month. Help support this channel so it keeps us going and giving you guys the content that you always like and that you always want. If you liked what was coming out of Kim's gob, go on to youtube.com/it's Kim for your pop culture obsessions. And if you liked what I was saying, because, you know, of course, my logic is undeniable, head on over to youtube.com/Steph the Alternate. I am your nerdy alternative to news and pop culture analysis. With that being said, for those watching on the replay, thank you so much for your eyeballs. Really, really appreciate your time. Here's some videos that you're going to want to clickety-click. Clickety-click.